Hello, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Fade to Black from 1980. It's directed by Vernon Zimmerman and stars Dennis Christopher and Tim Thomerson. This film comes as part of a double feature with another horror film called Hell Night. I am not sure what the connection between the two is, with the exception of both of them taking place in the 80s, this one in 1980 and Hell Night in 1981. I'll just be upfront on this one and say this movie isn't all that great. I mean, it has some strengths, but overall, it's not a winner. It's about a young man who lives with his aunt, who turns out later to be his mother in a nearly thrown away aside, who is obsessed with old Hollywood and, not surprisingly, Marilyn Monroe. He works at a job where he delivers films and advertising materials to surrounding theaters in the LA area via Vespa. Ciao! He's a daydreamer, consistently thinking about old movies, and when the movie begins, he bumps into a woman who resembles Monroe, which of course makes him go gaga. He gets her to agree to a movie date later that night, which she misses, and partly out of frustration from the rejection, he turns homicidal and kills his aunt/mother by pushing her down the stairs. I bury the lead by not telling you she was in a wheelchair, a condition she blames on Eric, as she got into the accident that paralyzed her while traveling to get a 4-year-old Eric. Then the rest of the movie is Eric getting even with the people that treated him shitty throughout the film. Oh, and he's also a master of makeup, as he makes himself up like old Universal monsters and old Western stars to kill the people he wanted to get even with. Like I said, this movie isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's almost interesting enough, although it is one of the longest 102-minute experiences I've ever had. I'm not kidding. I started the movie at around 5:30 in the afternoon, and it just kept going and wasn't getting to the ending, which I will admit the ending is cool, and if you do end up watching this movie, I'll leave the climax a secret so that you're rewarded for sitting through this long-ass, slightly boring movie. I just wish this movie was better than it is, which it isn't, but every time I think about it, all I really think about is the ending, and so I look on it with positive nostalgia. And it definitely doesn't deserve that. Maybe I'm being a jerk and being overly critical. It isn't all that bad. It's got a few things going for it, mainly the makeup sequences and that fabulous ending, and for filming itself on location in downtown Hollywood is pretty cool too, but overall I think I'm going to have to give Fade to Black a D+, which should tell you that I actually own it, mostly because of the other film in the double feature, which is tomorrow's film, Hell Night. See y'all then.